couple of weeks, residents have reported issues of packages not being delivered by FedEx. In a Facebook post, one resident said their packages have been at the distribution center since January 10th. Multiple residents have also reported their packages being stuck with no movement since as early as January 4th. Nicholas Archer from Mineral Wells says he has tried to call and pick up his packages multiple times since January 9th with no success.
The package was delivered to the Parkersburg facility on January the 9th, and I still haven't received it yet. And I've tried calling multiple times, and I've even called the main FedEx number and gotten nowhere. They say it's a weather delay, but that's just not true. I mean, somebody's just not doing their job.
We reached out to FedEx and they told us, quote, "We regret any inconvenience caused by delays as a result of winter weather in the Parkersburg area, and we appreciate our customers' patience as we implement contingencies to deliver packages as quickly as possible," end quote. Customers with questions about their shipments can visit www.fedex.com for updates.